Yeah,
Yeah, hi
I see
everyone.
the
This is
message now.
Darshan, and I just have came out for walking. And today is my privilege to have uh, Rishabh as well as uh, uh,
Sumedha.
Smedha, Sumedha as the guest. And Rishabh, I think Rishabh is one of my best coach mentee. And Rishabh, it's a special privilege to you to bring a guest who is very special to us. So, without taking much of the time, I would like to hand it over to Rishabh and Somega to take it forward from here. Thanks a lot, and
Thank you.
thanks
Thank you
Nikita
so much,
for
Darshan.
yeah, and thanks a lot Nikita and
Yeah,
backstage directors for supporting this initiative. Yeah, over to
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Rishabh.
So, yeah, thank you so much, sir. So, let's wait for 2 minutes so that our audience can join. Because right now, I can see there are 5 people who are live. I have shared on my this thing on my wall as well. So let's just wait for the 2 minutes, and after that, we are going to start the session. Hope it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, all good.
Yeah. So, how was your day, ma'am?
The day has been good.
Yeah, I guess people are joining.
Yeah, I'm also just sharing it, Rishabh.
Yeah,
Okay, I am sharing your
yeah, yeah.
post,
Same here.
so that's
Yeah,
easier.
yeah. So, yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I guess we till now 8 people have joined and more are joining right now. So let's just wait for 2 minutes and then we can start. So we are getting the audience from Delhi, yeah, from Pune. Yeah, great guys. Guys, just tag your friends and your network so that they can know that we are live for the session. And there are tons of things we are going to discuss, especially on failures and how to leverage the right opportunities. So it will be completely a practical based approach, which we are going to tell you. So yeah, 10 people have joined. So yeah, let's start with the session. So it's my thank you so much for Circle of Legends for giving me this opportunity to interview Sumedha ma'am. And yeah, so basically he has a 10 years of rich experience at Indian Air Force. So and also she's an alumni of ID. Sorry, I'm Ahmedabad. Yeah. So here we are going to start with the audio. Start with the session. I just want my audience. Let's keep the this live session to interactive. If you have any questions, just tell us in the comments, and we'll be taking your questions as well, so that we keep this session interactive, not one on one. Okay. So my first question to you is, ma'am, we would love to know about your 10 years of rich experience at Indian Air Force. So would you like to share those share this wonderful experience which you had during your Air Force journey?
Yeah, Rishabh, thank you so much, first of all, for having me over. So, yeah, 10 years, I sometimes I feel that they just flew by in a blink. So, yes, it was pretty late during my teenage that I decided to go for defense, but I was lucky enough and I did put in my efforts, so that I could get through by the time I knew that there is some opportunity that I can be part of this. And the moment I knew that I could go for it, I was, finding ways how to prepare myself. And when it did happen, so I was quite happy, and so was the entire family, as there was nobody in the family before that in defense services. So yeah, so 10 years were is a roller coaster of life. I would say it shaped me to the person who I am today, and it gave me so much exposure to different life experiences which I wouldn't have got otherwise. As we call it, the defense people term it as just being a civilian. I wouldn't have got that experience. So it was a definitely life turning point, because I went from a small town to a very disciplined and a different environment, which is like a whole world in itself. and it shaped me up. It shaped my thought process, and also made me learn a lot many things. And along with that, it gave me so many opportunities so that I can prove myself and be at my best.
That's really great. So here, when I talk about your roller coaster experience, so what were your best experience which you would like to share with the audience? So definitely, we would love to know about your roller coaster experience, so that even audience will get to know your personality. How did you manage that coaster experience? So can you share any one of your experience?
Yeah, it's very difficult to state just one, Rishabh. But if we can start with the training days, because you know how military is different from the normal life that we lead. So it is very disciplined, first of all, and you have to be physically very active, right? That's a basic military training, whichever stream you are in, whether you are on ground duties or in any duties, you need to be physically active and competent enough. So that's what was the first ride that it started, because generally also if we work out or anything, the it is hardly for half an hour for a day, or we go out for a play to play a game or something. But the moment the training starts, it's like with a full blast. The whole day you are doing your studies also, and you are doing your physical activities also, which are like throughout the day. I mean, it will start like 4 o'clock in the morning. You'll get up, and maybe by 10 or 11 in the night, there will be most of the physical activity. So yes, that time it used to feel that you don't know what is happening around, and your body is somewhere else, your mind is somewhere else. But without you realizing it, that what they are taking making out of you. So that's the beauty of that training, I would say. That time it feels that, oh god, what has happened, where am I mean, sometimes even you don't have that much time to think that where am I. So because everything is planned in such a nice way that you do not really have much time to think, because you have to unlearn a lot of things as a I would say early in your early 20s, and then you have to shape up as an officer. So that's the beauty, and that was a roller coaster, because no one, I don't think our generation, many of us are used to get up so early in the morning. So there will be always a lights out time, lights
Yeah.
call. So yeah, so that it started with that, and definitely a lot more other challenges in life and during the work.
Yeah, I can completely relate that last line about facing difficulty for waking up early. So I'm still struggling with this. So yeah, I'm trying to be an early bird. Definitely, I need a tip from you. So coming to my next question, I guess we have a few questions from our audience. So audience, guys, just interact with us. If you have any questions, do let us know. So one of the questions which audience have asked, what inspired you to go into defense?
So what inspired me was, first of all, see, as I mentioned earlier, also sometimes you are not aware of the opportunities that are there outside in the world. So being from a very small town, I was not much aware. Rather, I never thought of that I can be in defense. Right? We used to see it in movies. Lakshya was the movie which all of us loved, and we still love to watch it. So, but what happened? I was part of my placement committee in my college. So that is how I got to know that there was an entry for only male candidates to go in to be selected in the defense services in third year of their college. So that was something got me thinking that why only boys? Yeah, I mean, are we less? You are studying in co-ed, and that was first trigger, I would say. And from there on, I started to find out that how things can happen, how I can go, and like the dots kept connecting. There were a few of the people in my college who were aspiring for it, and they helped, that who were thinking since childhood that they want to go for defense. So what inspired me and what clicked instantly, I would say, was that the moment I got to know that I can be part of it, I could be in the defense services, I really felt that uh, I have spent these 20 years of my life, or 21 years of my life, when someone else, very safely, and I have enjoyed it when someone else was really taking care of us. There were people on the on front. That's why we are easily, enjoying the daily life. There are people who are not even able to meet their families. So I wanted to be on the other side and feel that how it feels, and what, as a person I can make difference. There's just one life, right? We all keep saying these days YOLO, right? So that was the inspiration that,
Yeah.
let's go for it. And if I'm
Hmm.
suitable and the right fit, definitely I will clear the exam and the SSB interviews. So I just went for it to try that, can I be on the other side of the fence and see how life feels? So that was the trigger for me.
That's really inspiring, to be honest, for being in such a competitive environment and still nailing that kind of an entrance exam and doing all this kind of a calculation. So hats off to you. And coming to my next question, I guess audience have already asked the question which I wanted to ask. So basically, what is your turning point? What was your major turning point, or what was your biggest challenge which you have faced during this transition?
So transition to, I mean, from a civilian to defense, or from defense to back to civil?
You can talk about both. We would love to know about your journey.
So yeah, see, I was very, fun. I am still a very fun-loving person. So I am disciplined in few ways, the way I want things. But yes, maybe I wasn't. I was never that particular about things, that this thing has to happen at this particular time, and so that was a major challenge, I would say, when I went to defense service. But it wasn't that big a challenge, because in your early 20s you can be, it's easier to train you as a person, right? Even the NDAs have teenagers, so it is even easier to shape you up toward a particular culture. So I would say, there are challenges. There are always challenges, Rishabh. It's not one challenge that I can quote. So,
Yeah.
and again, back to the training days, I could play few games, but I was never into running. Right? I hated running like anything. That why I have to run, and then I had to run every day, for all those years. And the best was, I thought that I cannot run more than 400 meters relay, or not more than 100 meters sprint. That's all I limited myself to. But then finally, and within 1.5 years of training, I ran a marathon. So that was something which made me meet myself better, I would say. That's it's such a beautiful thing that sometimes you put yourself under so much pressure, or you feel that you cannot do it, but somebody brings out the best in you. So I guess that really taught me in how old I was, maybe 22 or 23. So I really learned that there is nothing that can stop me from going. There can be challenges, but then you have whatever comes your way. It is just that you have to train for it. A consistent effort can lead you ways that I never thought. If you asked me before joining defense, I would have never thought that I can run even a kilometer, let alone be the marathon. So so yeah, so those were the things on the physical aspect. And then the discipline that defense brings, the life culture that it brings, the team activities, that the team bondings that you have with the people who are trained, who are trained with you. So a very a beautiful example I will quote here. So what happens in defense is, how we go for the team building, right? So if one person out of, if you're 60 people, if one person has made a mistake and he's made to do something, and the punishments are almost always physical. That time you feel, oh no, why this is happening to me? But then that in a way, that punishment is also making you more strong. It is not a punishment if you see at a later stage, but that time it feels so. So what happens is, if one person has done wrong, so the punishment, whatever it will be for all the 60 people. So even if I am doing something, but the whole lot is standing or facing the music because I have done something. So and
Okay.
never you never curse your teammates or anyone that.
Sumedha, I think the punishment has, brought something in my mind, that I
Uh-huh.
am leading this army of my 60, 70 volunteers, and many of the time I feel like giving a punishment to them. May
Uh-huh.
not be a physical one, but I feel like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I keep it at a backstage, because I think like they will run away from me. So were you thinking like, it's not a right place, let me run away because it's punishing, there is a lot of punishments.
Uh, Thankfully, no. I never got that feeling because that's what I was coming to. That team bonding is so strong that after a while you start enjoying it. You feel that it's okay. It becomes a new normal. That okay, okay. Yesterday it was him. Today it's me, or tomorrow it will be someone else. But then that time you do not see because it has a long term connotation. It is not
Mm-hmm.
a short term goal that they are looking for, and which
Mm-hmm.
gets imbibed in all of us today. Also, if I have not spoken to my coachman for 4 5 years, also, but with whom I have done my training, there's a very different bond that we all share.
Mm-hmm.
So probably that's the requirement of the defense forces. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something which is very beautiful about the that whole culture and the way we operate. And
So
even because yeah, okay, go on.
yeah, so which favicol they use to create this bond?
That's what I'm saying. You get the punishment is not only for one who has made the mistake; it is for everyone.
No,
Right? So
what I'm saying is that bond which is amongst you guys, how that bond can be nurtured, because I want to know that how I can replicate the same thing in my army. I'm definitely creating an army of disciplined volunteers in the circle of
yeah.
legends. So how I can replicate that?
See how first anything that we do consistently. So
Mm-hmm.
it can't come overnight. It can't come that somebody dictates it for you that this is how it is supposed to be, and it will happen. That like as Darshan, you are saying that this is my army of 60 70 people, and you should do this checklist, and then you have the bond. No, it will have to be. I would say it's like a sponge, drop by drop. It has to be reiterated or reinforced in different manners and at a regular basis. So that's probably the way I feel. That's for anything, even personally also. If you want to achieve anything, you have made a goal, how you will reach up to that will always be how you're preparing for it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure. Maybe we can take this offline that to understand your team dynamics more. That what can work, because I'm sure there is a lot to do with that. What are the age group people are from? What is the culture they are from? What are they presently pursuing? And what is their goal? Because your army does not have. They have a one bigger goal which is bringing them together. But in their personal lives, they are pursuing something else also. So
Correct.
there are those not distractions, but they are the multiple things that people are
Priorities.
doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
True.
I guess that's a very good topic, Darshan, I would say, and we can really discuss on it, because
Mm-hmm.
that's not that's this question cannot have a go to
Single
answer
answer.
or something
Single
like that.
answer. Yeah. So
Yeah, and it will depend on what team, what context, and what is our aim that we want to achieve. And it will people are so beautiful. Everyone is different, right?
correct.
So
Correct.
how we
So
want to maybe one
yeah.
thing that works for you might not work for me.
Correct. Agree. So, rather than this one being like question answer show, I think we have managed to make it a dynamic, kind of Oprah Winfrey
Yeah,
show. We can joke, we
exactly.
can, and I have seen that attribute in you that you like to have a light-hearted conversation, and that's why I came in the show, because I thought that this is a unique opportunity. Let me grab it. So, let me give you my vision.
Thank you.
So my vision and context behind engaging these young people into a platform is just to create a platform for happy lot who can learn together from each other. So it's not compulsory that they have to do, a march past every day, or or
Yeah, of
do
course not.
yeah, do 200, 400, or meters of running for 5 times a day. But definitely I expect them to come together, interact with each other on a regular basis using the
Brainstorming.
modern, yeah, brainstorm, learn from each other, teach each other. So that has been expected, and that is quite
Teach and
reasonable.
tease each other.
So over to you, Rishabh. I think I have hijacked your place.
It's absolutely fine, sir. So just when you talk about the team building, right? So I just wanted to share my small story where when I was in school, so we guys used to play football and we used to bunk the classes just to play football. And once it happened regularly, and then we are like, "Farak hi nahi padta, let it be." will get punishment together. हम साथ में ही हैं. And what we used to do is like we try to escape, but नहीं होता तो we have this kind of a unity. करेंगे तो साथ में bunk करेंगे, and then we'll set the punishment. So this gaming, especially the sports spirit inside us, gave that kind of a unity. So that was one thing which I wanted to share during my school days. So yeah. So coming to my next question. So what is the biggest takeaways from your failures? Because as we wanted to discuss about the failures, so that's why I wanted to ask this question. So what is your biggest takeaways from your failures? And would you like to
I
share
would like
any
to.
your experience regarding the failure so that people can connect, because the connecting point is important.
Sure, Rishabh. Thanks for this question. So I would first, like to put in a little thought that I feel, and maybe if I'm able to, put it across to a few of the viewers, that what is failure? First of all, let's define it for ourselves. One is that you are giving an exam and you're failing because there is a pass mark limit, right? That's the education system. The other thing is, what are your expectations from life? What are your expectations at different goals in your life, or different milestone, that once I am at this age or stage, or once I have done this degree, or I have done this course, and after this I'll be pursuing this job, or I want to have my own business. So first of all, I mean, personally, I feel that every one of us should define a failure for ourselves, and not the failure which society or our people around us are defining. So that is one thing which I firmly believe. And trust me, whichever place I am today, it's not the final stage. I'm still on a journey, and all of us are. And how you reach there, and there will be, and I don't think there are any failures. They are always just the ups and downs, and they are just the challenges that we face during our journey. So, coming back to your experience, yes, there have been a lot of, I will not call them failures, I will just call them challenges. So, there have been a lot of challenges. So, first of all, when as a, young student, like in my, till fourth or fifth standard, I was in a Hindi medium school, and I was a topper. So then the tables turned. My mom was like, "No, no, this is getting too much, and I mean, she might not be able to, cope up with the generations now. So let's put her in an English medium school." So this was, and the place I belong to, it's a very small town, and there were just at that time there were just two CBSE board schools. So mom took that decision, and that was such a big change. And for me to accept that my marks are dropping, definitely I could not top in the first year itself. But what happened? And I was so pushy that I used to wake my mom up at 4 o'clock in the morning. That you make me read, you make me understand what does it mean. Because sixth is also not a very small, uh, uh, junior class where there are subjects that you have to read, the science and maths, and you do not relate it complete. It was not easy for me to relate it back then while reading it throughout an Hindi medium and then coming to an English medium school. So that was one of the one challenge that time as I faced. But the thing is, I feel people who are around you, and if the right set of people are there to support you, that is very important. You cannot do anything alone. Second, these challenges, how you cope up with them, how you're facing it. First of all, accept that there is a challenge, or there has been a failure, whatever term we want to call it. If we have accepted it, half of the battle is won. If we don't accept it, we keep saying, okay, maybe in sixth I didn't get good grades, but after seventh I started improving, and I was in the first top 10 always. So
Mhm.
so it is not that if you've accepted it, I think that the half the battle won, because now you can think what put your energy into what to do next, how to do it. So maybe that time my mom helped me a lot, and my even my grandmother, used to wake both of us up in the early morning, that okay, she has to study before going to school. She needs to know this, because I had to put in extra efforts as compared to the other kids.
Yeah.
So
Sumedha, sorry to interrupt you here. I think by looking at the time, because the clock is ticking, so would like to now enter into this last overs of 2020, and probably you will get all googlies and all bouncers. So one is
all right.
old, One is an open-ended questions. If
Uh,
Sumedha is given a stage to speak for 2 minutes, what topics you will
mhm.
speak?
Oh, there can be
Freehand.
many, but sorry.
Freehand. Whatever you would like to convey to our,
First,
countrymen. Mm-hmm.
the importance of staying happy. So I feel that anything, whatever I'm doing, X, Y, Z, if I'm not happy, then it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And how I can make myself happy, it won't be any external. There will be external factors, but it is more of internal happiness. And till the time I do not have those one-on-one conversations with my own self, I will be defining happiness, success, failure, everything as people want to put it on me, and that won't be me. That's what I would like to convey, that whatever you're doing, if it is resonating with you, what you are expecting yourself to be, then please go for it, go full board. Otherwise, if you are even half hearted, or you think that this is not where you should be, please take a stand and come out. You will do wonders rather than having regrets in life.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And now coming to the entertainment world, or the world of recreation. So what's your favorite things or favorite avenues?
I like, I just crave for happiness. If you ask me, I just love smiling, and I, even if something is making me sad, I cannot take it for much longer. I don't know if it is good or bad, but I try to pull myself out of it. So I like all rom-com movies or rom-com shows. The last one I watched was, again, I watched Big Bang Theory for all the 12 episodes in a month, along with my
Mm-hmm.
job. So yeah, so that's something which I like, which is light-hearted, because entertainment is to entertain you. If you're watching some shows to get some knowledge, then it's a different thing. But if it is only for leisure purpose, I would like to go for something comedy or stand-up comedies.
Oh wow, great. So
Nice.
I think if
Yeah.
we
So
can
one thing I
conclude this
wanted
over.
to ask, So what is your favorite sport? Because you talk about sports and running. So what was your favorite sports? I can definitely guess it is not running, because you have already mentioned it, how much you love running.
Yeah,
So I
no,
just
no.
wanted to know, what is your favorite sport?
So as in school, I used to play badminton, and other than this, I was more interested in playing chess. Not sport, but yeah, if you consider the games, because I played it at till state level. So that is one thing I used to love to do. But otherwise, now if you ask, now it is like outdoor walks, and if at all the lockdown is over and we are able to hit back the gym again. So that is what I would enjoy the most.
Great.
That's
Rishabh,
great.
can we
That's
quickly
great.
scan through the acknowledgement and uploads we have got?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
So let's
Yeah.
start with the first one. I think Disha says wonderful approach. Aroni says thanks a lot. Priyam says what kept you motivated in such a challenging environment in defense. I think majority of the
We have
questions
covered it.
are covered. Yeah. Priyam says absolutely true and inspiring. Okay. Ravi says any guidance from entrepreneurs and startups? Definitely, we will take a separate session for that. What do you say, Sumedha?
Yeah, I am not an entrepreneur myself, but yeah, if you want me to give my views, I am all for it.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have got Nikita says, "What's your vision?"
Oh, that's a very broad-ended question, but I say, like I said, happiness. The another thing which I feel is that whatever you are doing, do it passionately. Because otherwise, if you are doing half-hearted work, it will not fetch you anything, very great, or it will not even get you that satisfaction which you are looking for. So do whatever you are passionate about, or whatever you are doing, do it passionately or completely to best of your efforts.
Correct. So next is Rudraj. He's define your own failure, and when one is super observant on critique of self. I think, yeah, if you would like to just add a few.
Yeah, so it's like by saying that we should define our own failures. I didn't mean that keep criticizing yourself or keep putting yourself under the radar that I am not capable of doing this. I would have done it better. No. So have a, the best approach is know your strengths, and more
Improvise
than knowing
yourself.
your strengths, more than that, know your weaknesses. So even like a lot of people asked me for the cat exam, so I said that I was really not very happy with few topics, which I don't like, so I was not spending much time on it. So I had to really push myself to put that time on that the topics which I am not very comfortable. I have to put more time on it. So know your weaknesses, and then try to make how you can make them into your strengths, or you can hone your strengths even better, that your weaknesses doesn't even come into picture. So that's how you can by critic, it's like knowing your weaknesses and strengths, but not being too critic about yourself, that you are getting negative feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think thanks a lot, Rishabh. If you would like to conclude on a summarizing note, I think we can conclude, and definitely would like to invite ma'am once again to the show to just discuss about humor and some personal aspects of being and from a defense force.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Rashmi.
yeah, Rishabh.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, when it comes to the failure, I think we should improvise ourselves. And also, if you have a mentor, or if you know there is someone who is giving you a genuine feedback, then definitely we should take it as a genuine feedback, so that we can keep improving and we can keep improvising ourselves. So I feel that is one thing which is very important. And if you have a consistency and you have a discipline, if you can master these two things, then I think you can do wonders when it comes to all these things. Because if I talk about, just giving a small example, when initially when I started writing on LinkedIn, I didn't know I was entering into personal branding and stuff. But all it happened because I was consistent, and LinkedIn rewarded me with the networking part, with the networking aspect, and other different aspect, because I was able to leverage all these kind of opportunities. Whatever was coming in my way, I kept on leveraging it rather than ignoring them. I was leveraging. And sometimes it's okay to say no, which I also learned during this journey, because every time you can't say yes to everyone. So always
Correct.
make sure you do the smart work, and also you, because someone will come and they will try to get their they will see how they can take profit out of you. So it is super
Mm-hmm.
important to say no and act smartly. So this is one thing which
Mm-hmm.
I would conclude from
Correct. So,
my side. Yeah.
true. So I think thanks a lot. Then both our young host as well as experienced guest Sumedha, and let's
Thank
keep
you so
connected
much.
with each other. Let's meet and let's work towards a one single goal which we have identified on a circle of legends. That is the use of technology for the betterment of humanity. And with this goal, we are working on a several dimensions. One of that is use of social media. Just recently there is a movie which has been launched, The Social Dilemma. I think I suggest all the viewers of this show to see it and get de-addicted from the social media. Let's use the venom of social media to treat the venom of social media. So thanks a lot. On that note, I'm concluding this show. Thanks a lot, and thanks Omega. So thanks Rishabh once again. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. This was a
Yeah.
wonderful
Yeah.
interview.